A drink of water. A simple thing, but a basic requirement of people everywhere. Water supply simply comes down to having enough fresh water in the right place at the right time. It's always been this way. The Karadj River had threaded its way unchanged for centuries through the Elburz mountains of northern Iran. Now it had a real job to do, to fill the reservoir of a great new dam, Karadj Dam, soon to block its course. Ultimately, it would assure a firm and dependable water supply for more than 2 million people 40 miles away, at Tehran, the capital and largest city of Iran. As in most places of the world, the development of Iran has always been dependent upon one great factor: availability of water. Iran is half mountain and desert, a land of contrasts, stark desert, and man-made elegance. In a sense, Iran's development and culture are a functional monument to the individualism of her people. Early dynasties left magnificent showplaces along the corridors of time. Showplaces unsurpassed even after centuries. More than 350 years ago, the builder king Shah Abbas created great architectural monuments that live on in splendor today. But even centuries ago, Iran's stubborn terrain posed the same problem: water supply, continuing water supply. Lacking storage facilities, the rampant rush of spring torrents wasted back to the sea. Population expanded, and so did the demand for water. Water for drinking, for sanitation, for beauty, for convenience, for the sustained growth of a great city, Tehran. Rich in oil, Iran in 1957 began channeling revenues from this resource into a program of national betterment, a program of first things first. A time to build more and new water storage facilities. For all men and all progress are dependent on adequate water supply. It was a time for action, a time for more new milestones in Iran's modern march of progress under the dynamic leadership of His Imperial Majesty Mohammad Reza Shah Pahlavi, Shah and Shah, King of Kings. Morrison-Knudsen International Constructors, better known the world around for nearly half a century as MK, was awarded an all-inclusive contract to build Karadj Dam. The MK contract was awarded by the Iranian government's Plan Organization and its agency, the Karadj Water and Power Organization. Time took on new significance, and time in Iran can be measured on a broad plane, dating back to ancient splendors on an old horizon. This land has been a nation for more than 2,500 years, the fabled land once known as Persia, the historic land of great kings, Cyrus, Darius, Xerxes. Near its ancient capital, Persepolis, great Darius and his son Xerxes built a magnificent palace. The colossal columns supported roofs of Lebanon cedar. Phoenicians came bearing articles of gold. Elamites brought animals for diversions and combats. Egyptians, Medes, Assyrians, and other ancient peoples from the far reaches of the Persian Empire brought the best their kingdoms had to give. Persepolis was magnificent. Designers and builders working with but simple tools fashioned artifacts and architecture admired and imitated throughout the world. Her empire was great, her culture a monument to the works of man. But now was a time for a new monument on an old horizon, a productive monument for a modern and progressive people. No stately new palace, but a mighty concrete dam, a man-made oasis, a giant dam from the hands of a world dam builder, M.K. By earlier and separate agreement, M.K. undertook preliminary work that opened the way for camp construction, site exploration, and road building. Dams start with roads. Roads to the site, or roads for traffic around the site, up through the Elburz ramparts to the Caspian Sea. Roads carved from the rugged spine of the Elburz range. 3 years of roads, where roads had never before been built. Pioneering roads to build a dam. 10 miles of road, compressed air, drills, and drillers. There's an old proverb, rule the mountain and you rule the river. But to rule the river, you need a level place, a ledge on which to install a construction plant. If you don't have it, build it. Build a big toehold. The road work itself was shaping new construction milestones. Heavy cuts, a rock fill of 1 million cubic yards, and 8 vehicular tunnels up to 6,500 feet long in just 10 miles of road, along the steep slopes and through the ridges. The ridges and the canyons were echoing new sounds, sounds of a nation at work. Echoes from many years of effort and planning. Efforts and planning for a mighty tug on the national bootstrap. Sounds of a new working community, getting itself settled down for the new job ahead. Level places to do the job. Warehouses, shops, offices, maintenance facilities, and a mixing plant for concrete. There'd be many new sounds of rock crushers and diesel power, of tractors and trucks, and ultimately 3,200 men of Iran at work. They'd all be the sounds of progress.